Vet bills can be expensive, but Spot Pet Insurance can give you up to 90% cash back on vet bills, so you can worry less about high vet bills. Yep, up to 90% cash back on vet bills for unexpected accidents, illness, and even routine care. And with Spot Pet Insurance plans, you can go to any vet you want in the US or Canada. There's no network you need to stick to, so visit your favorite vet and you can save money on expensive vet bills. That's Spot Pet Insurance. It's no wonder Spot is America's favorite pet insurance. Visit spotpet.com for a free quote today. For all terms, visit spotpetins.com/sample-policy. Spot Pet Insurance plans are underwritten by either Independence American Insurance Company or United States Fire Insurance Company and produce Spot Pet Insurance Services, LLC. This is an independent ad from Spot Pet Insurance Services, LLC.
You or Drayla?
Real. They want to know. Hey. Real. Hey. Real. Come on. Hey. I want to be famous.
Welcome to Who Weekly, the podcast where you'll learn everything you need to know about the celebrities you don't. I'm Bobby Finger.
I'm Lindsay Weber.
And this is Elizabeth Olsen.
You once said you were intimidated by this person.
Oh, Danielle Haim. I'm so happy I didn't know these questions before. Yes, I think I still am intimidated by that person.
Describing her as the coolest person in the world.
Yeah, especially when you're in high school and she was like always that cool.
Do you still think she's the coolest person in the world?
I think Danielle's up there.
Danielle was recently in Licorice Pizza.
Yes.
Do you think you're a better actor than her?
Yeah. Sorry, Danielle. I hope she'd agree.
Did you see Licorice Pizza?
I did.
And you didn't think she was very good?
No, I loved the film, and I thought she was great in it. We shouldn't have to do much.
She's lying about the film.
What do you mean?
Lying?
About what, liking the film?
That's correct.
Oh, I did like the film.
Or about her acting.
Oh, yeah, she was fine. Fuck, man. Sorry, Danielle. You did great. I don't know what's happening. It's so uncomfortable right now.
She was fine.
I gotta say, Elizabeth...
This was a trap.
Team Elizabeth. Danielle Haim plays herself in the movie. So, yeah, it is not that hard to play yourself in a movie about...
I mean, Alana sort of plays herself as well.
Okay, no, but Danielle really plays herself. And Elizabeth Olsen is like this hot lady in high school who was older than me and cooler, is a rock star now. Let me have this one thing. I'm an actress. She cannot be an actress.
Please.
I'd be like, no, she's not a good, she's fine.
She's fine. It was fine. I liked it. I mean...
Also, Licorice Pizza, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't like it. That seems like a lie.
It seemed like, the lie detector guy said it was a lie. But this video made me, A, remember that Elizabeth Olsen is like pretty charming. But the other thing that this video made me realize was that, oh, right, Elizabeth Olsen is fully a them now. That kind of shocked me. It kind of came out of the blue as someone who doesn't really follow Marvel, but now I understand that, like, yes, there is no denying it.
To not be, though. Like, she's very much, she's trying to give real girl.
Well, she's a woman after her sister's heart. She, she's trying very hard to stay low key, but it's I think quite hard.
She sees them and she's like, wow, this was misery. But I do think that they can't come back from what they created. Or what their parents created for them. I'm not letting
their parents created.
What her parents created.
They were
for
5.
Yeah.
I think they actually may have been younger than 5.
They were
when
like
their parents created
toddlers.
This for them.
No, they were like toddlers on Full House or whatever. Yeah, I think it's like she was somehow given the gift of not acting until she was older. I think she was like in one of their movies as like a background, but like not really doing anything until she flew under the radar.
These Valley girls, they're fascinating to me.
They really are.
Anyway, so she's definitely a them, though, right? I'm not wrong.
I don't think so.
And I know that this is...
I mean, I think so. Oh, my God, sorry. I think so.
You think she is, right?
We have a Josh Duboff penned profile in Vanity Fair. The secret to Elizabeth Olsen's super low-key, totally normal, really actually enviable success. And I'm just funny because I was like reading it, looking for the secret, but then I realized that the title was sarcastic. So it's like, it's not, she's not really that low-key. Like...
Yeah.
When she was cast as like the social media star in that movie, what's it called? She's good in it.
Ingrid Goes West.
Yeah. The reason why she was cast was because people were like, she's absolutely like perfect. Like she, You show up to her house and there's like beautiful guacamole. There's like a beautiful this. She's like effortless, it seems like. What's the deal? She reminds me of those people on Instagram who feel like they just roll out of bed like that. And it's that's kind of what I think the writer's getting at. I mean, I don't know. But she's over and over again like, I'm just normal. I'm just normal. I'm just normal. It's like...
Well, it's funny that like despite how normal she can seem, and despite how low-key she can seem and charming as she can seem, and like as talented as she is, in this day and age you still kind of have to be a Marvel person to become a them in movies. You know, like despite everything she had going for her, it didn't click fully until she was the Scarlet Witch or whatever she is.
It is interesting that her Marvel thing, she was obviously she was a Scarlet Witch in a movie first.
She was a Godzilla girly first, and then she was a Marvel girly.
But I'm not good at Marvel, but I feel like the people who were the stars of the TV shows had almost a different route than the ones who started in the movies, because it almost feels like the like indie to the big, like, I know TV is not like an indie situation, but it just felt like she was part of a show, so she almost had more like cred, you know? She had to work a little harder than all the rest of these Marvel girlies who just do like the big movie, you know? They gave her this like buzzy TV show scenario that had like lots of elements. I mean, she's acting against Paul Bettany. I feel like it's kind of they really needed two like actors in a way.
I think that did a lot for her. But I also think that was all by design.
Oh no, totally.
A slow rollout of this character, like, oh, we're gonna pop her in the background of these, then give her own show, and then like fully implement her into like the big summer blockbuster.
Like, look at Lady Thor example. Like, Natalie Portman's not like out here being like, yeah, I'll do a TV show. She's like, no. I'm like, I'll do the movie. I'll slam a few things with my hammer. And then
I'll go on Fallon.
Right. I'll like promote this thing a little bit. And then I'll like go do something else. I'll do Vox Lux 2, like Return of the Vlogs or whatever.
But Natalie Portman's not going to be like on Vanity Fair giving you charming. You know, like that's not really what she does. She doesn't give you effortlessness.
Well, it's funny because like I think Lizzie Olsen screams I'm quirky, but then actually is somewhat quirky, which I don't understand how that works.
Well, that's like the generational gap between their versions of child stardom. So it's like Natalie Portman was a first generation child star, and Lizzie is sort of a second generation child star, you know? It's like she learned from her parents' experiences, and Natalie Portman is still a little scorned by like her childhood in the industry, I think.
But it's
so
like
it's a completely
Lizzie
different vibe.
Olsen is in real life the character that Natalie Portman played in Garden State. You know what I mean? Like, in a way.
Oh my God. In a way.
You know?
I think in a kind of a big way too. Kind of in a big way.
Kind of.
I want to be a stoner. I'm an aspiring stoner. I'm trying. I just started trying, actually. It's something that I'm not very good at. So I'm a beginner. It's legal in California.
Also, why do these celebrities do these fucking lie detector tests?
Why do celebrities go to Vanity Fair and to do a lie detector test? This happened with Tyler Perry like 2 months ago.
Why would you do this? I wonder why A-listers eat hot sauce. I guess it's like to make you the most relatable version of yourself by force.
Hot sauce I get.
Why?
Well, hot sauce is like fun. That show is so casual and fun, and they were actually just talking about it on It's Always Sunny, where Charlie Day was like, why did you ask me to his publicist like, to go on the show about hot sauce? The podcast. He was like, I don't know. He didn't know what it was when they asked him to go on it. And he was like, why would I do this show? And then he left being like, oh, that was amazing. I had the best time doing that. Vanity Fair, it's like, we're going to strap you to a poly.
I guess it's like disarming because it's like the hot sauce is spicy and then you kind of like lose your perspective a little bit. I just don't understand why a lie detector test would be like something that anyone normal would be like, sure, I'll do it.
I guess maybe everyone just sort of wants something different because it's all the same. On these press tours, you're answering the same questions over and over and over again, and at least this is like a little bit of variety and the chance to go viral in a fun way.
lie detector test wishes it was like 73 questions. It wishes it was hot sauce. It wishes it was look back at your Met Gala looks from Vogue. It wishes it was like any of those other formats. You know, it's just like it wishes it was Chicken Shop. Like it's just not a good format.
I think it's fun. I think it's a funny format. I think it can be good.
I do feel like I don't trust the lie detector guy though, because he could just be like, "That's a lie," and
lie detector.
then they have to deal with that.
Well, isn't the whole thing about lie detectors fundamentally that they're like extremely unreliable and bad? So it's sort of like you don't have to believe this like strange anonymous man who's telling you that you're lying about whether or not you liked Alana Haim's performance in Licorice Pizza. Like he's just making shit up.
Sure, but it did make sense for her like to tell the truth on everything except for that. Like it did make sense for her to be like, she did great, and he's like, you're lying. You're either lying that you liked the movie or you're lying that she did great. Choose one.
It's like somehow Lord's best friend becomes a famous Marvel star and is like, so what did you think of Solar Power?
You could put me up there. I love solar power.
I loved it.
You could strap me to that thing.
It. Yeah, that's true. You'd be one of the handful of people who could confidently say I loved Solar Power and would not move the needle. Speaking of music, just a quick follow-up from our Friday show. Eurovision happened. Eurovision is over. Ukraine won as expected. And we had a great time.
Yeah, it was a great show.
Shout out to Peacock for making it so easy to stream. And shout out to Johnny Weir for providing a little box of American context in the Peacock live stream of a European live show.
I thought he did a great job. He was the real unexpected MVP of the night. Johnny Weir, like live hosting a foreign stream like by himself in a box wearing like a gorgeous outfit and like making jokes and like reading fun facts about countries. I mean, I just feel like that's the hardest job I could imagine, you know, is figuring out how to do that. And not only did he do it for the finale, he did it for the semifinals. So he'd done it 3 times already.
Hi, everybody. I'm Johnny Weir, and welcome to Peacock's live commercial-free coverage of the 2022 Eurovision Song Contest. I'm back again for another nail-biting night of entertainment from the most captivating musical competition show in the world. Aside from live sports, this is the world's most watched live performance show year after year. And tonight, my look, I like to call it Rock Arena, is a nod to the winner of Eurovision 2021 and the reason why this year's contest is being held in the breathtaking country of Italy. Italian rock band turned global superstars Måneskin.
He's great. He had his wings on.
And he was giving same facts. And I was like, wow, you're just... I was like, no, I was really impressed. Live TV.
Also impressed by an Italian them who was a co-host of the main show, Laura Pausini.
She stood
who was
out.
a who to me. She was amazing.
She stood out. She was a star.
Are you excited?
Ooh, I'm a lot.
Are you?
I'm a lot. I'm really a lot. Yeah, like I've never been more excited in my whole life, really.
Well, like I've never been more excited in all my previous lives, quite frankly.
But relax. We are not the one competing. The 25 finalists and their song are...
Yes, and there will be only one winner tonight.
Italy's very own Laura Pausini, who apparently burst onto the scene in Italy in 1993 with her smash hit song La Solitudine.
She's giving Celine Dion, I think, in terms of like the kind of star she is. To me, it seems that way.
Yeah. Year-old adult contemporary, like older than her years.
Did you see her? I think you might have missed her opening performance, though. You should go back and find it. She had like 12 costume changes into different colors. And she kept like popping up around the stadium, and we were like, how is she doing this? It must be a camera trick, or it must be
she's a pro.
Something's going on here.
She is a pro. Should we get to more stories of the week? Now I'm like, why did I put Paolo Nutini in here?
He's back.
I'm glad that he's back.
You could say he has some new shoes on.
Hey, I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything's right. I said, hey.
Paolo Nutini, best known for his song New Shoes, to myself and Lindsay, a Scottish, pop icon, is back. And he's popped up in my feeds, coming back. And I'm really excited because I haven't thought about Paolo Nutini since the last time we talked about him.
35-year-old Scott. He's only 35. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, Paolo Nutini's back. He's like my age. Where'd he go? Okay, he's coming out with a new album, 35-Year-Old Scotsman. The new album is due to be 70 minutes long. Love that. And will incorporate a range of music genres from classic rock to post-punk. I don't even remember what his old music sounded like aside from New Shoes.
I only know New Shoes, but because of that, I am a fan for life. I'm a fan for life. Conversely, we have Kelly Osbourne, who...
Conversely?
I'm not a fan for life of Kelly Osbourne.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like she has old shoes or something.
Oh, no. I think she's usually like refreshing her shoes. She's pretty stylish.
She's going to be having lots of small shoes, new small shoes, because she's pregnant.
She's pregnant with her partner. I don't believe they're married. Her partner, who is best known for being the turntablist in Slipknot.
She's also somebody who's vaguely our age, but feels like they've been around forever, so I think is much older. But like we've just been growing at the same rate.
She was our age when we watched her in the Osbournes.
A little bit older, yeah.
Telling Jack about the McRib.
McRib is back. Oh, I'm
Are you
so
serious,
excited.
Jack?
That is so good.
You're getting excited over the McRib.
You know what, Kelly? It's the little things that count.
Jack goes, McRib is back.
Shut up. You know,
You're such a twat, Jack. The McRib.
It's funny how much I think if you had told me in 1999 or 2000 or whenever the Osbournes premiered that we would still sort of be seeing them not even infrequently in the press, I'd be extremely surprised. Even knowing the sort of, I don't know, the fleeting nature of reality fame back then, as I think we knew, even though it was early, I think we knew that it was just an extension of the 15 minutes of fame rule. I would never have guessed that we would be seeing stories about all these people constantly, because we see stories about her, we see stories about her
Sharon
mom, we
and
see
her
stories
brother.
about her dad, and fucking Jack all the time.
It is kind
and
of
it's not even
shocking.
just American press.
Yeah, I wonder
British
like
press.
I really could not really surmise what the reason is for that. For some reason, she's likable. I'm not saying she's not, but it is confusing because Sharon has been working nonstop until recently, like since that show. Kelly, fashion police, kind of does vague stuff. I know people were obsessed with like the way that she looked, and like her weight loss journey became like a tabloid fixture, which is annoying. But like otherwise, I'm not quite sure that like what's her person. Like I don't even really know her that well since the show. You know what I mean? And she was a teenager then.
She was a teenager. She was fun. She was punk. And now I think she's chilled out in the way that I think people just tend to chill out.
I don't think she was ever punk.
She would like you to believe that she was punk, I guess.
Well, she had a vague music career. Okay, so that's like something
I just
else.
think
You
there's
just reminded
nothing
me.
very punk about the top comment on your Instagram being Ross Matthews being like, "You're going to be the best mom ever.
Yeah.
Can't wait to meet your baby."
Right.
Like, that's the opposite of punk. As much as I love Ross Matthews,
Well,
that's just...
Also, to be fair, maybe I'm going back on myself. If you end up, marrying and having a kid with the DJ from Slipknot, maybe you are punk. Like maybe that's like it doubled back on itself, and it turns out you were punk all along.
The point of this is that it's once you are grandfathered into fame, that's part of the conceit of the podcast. It doesn't really go away.
Like former hardcore guy, lots of tattoos, but now sober. Like that's what this guy is giving to me right now in terms of
what's like Travis Barker.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sharon's just like, cancel culture, cancel culture, cancel culture.
I
We
mean,
have to stop cancel culture.
None of her kids can compete with her. She is the queen of the media. I mean, right? I mean, she's like desperate to stay in headlines. Like if drag her kicking and screaming from the Daily Mail phone line or whatever. I don't know how that works visually, but like it kind of works.
Moving on. This is definitely just both of these stories, both of these headlines about Blac Chyna over the past week must be a direct result from the terrible press she got from this lawsuit against the Kardashians, which is sort of half still going on, but half over. At the very least, people just don't care anymore, which just shows the strength of the Kardashian legal teams, many legal teams. But she got baptized in a backyard swimming pool, and she also announced that she's going to participate in a celebrity boxing match against a model named Elisa Megan.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because people are like, wow, after she lost the lawsuit, like she's going hard. And it's like, this is just like what her normal life is like. I don't know. I mean, she's always taking opportunities to do stuff like get baptized and fight somebody.
Getting baptized on her birthday. Born again on my birthday.
But that's like not how that works.
I guess that's how it could work.
I'm just saying like that's not what born again means, right? I mean, it's not whatever. Maybe it's more special. Baller Alert commented and said happy birthday. Made me laugh. It is funny because isn't she like accused of like fighting people outside of the ring? It's nice that she's like
constantly. She kicked someone in the stomach or something.
Right. So it's nice that she's like making it official. It's like if she wants to like beat the hell out of some lady, let's like get paid to do it. You know what I mean? Maybe she like learned that lesson, which I think is, you know, maybe the journey.
This woman, her name is Sequoia King, spoke exclusively with the Daily Mail and told them that her friend, Blac Chyna, kicked her in the stomach.
Yeah, it's not great.
So I think all these things are sort of to, you know, she's taking a page from the Kardashian playbook, right? Like just flood the news with other stories about yourself.
Is it crazy that we thought she like had a chance to win this case or like win any aspect of the case since there were like 90 different like accusations involved?
It may have been crazy to think that she would win it. I don't think it's crazy to believe her because I just don't trust anything the Kardashians say. I still believe that when she says she was conned out of that second season of Rob and Chyna, it was because they strong-armed her in some way. And I like...
You mean strong-armed E?
I just believe that I feel sympathy for Blac Chyna in that I think having to go up against the Kardashians is an impossible task, and I don't envy anyone in that position.
I think she took the risk and she lost.
The other thing about the celebrity boxing, this just made me think, you know, when did this start? Because celebrity boxing feels very early 2000s to me, like Tanya Harding versus Paula Jones. I just like, that's what I think about when I think of celebrities fighting each other. But it's been popular
recently because of TikTok guys like Jake Paul and stuff. They keep the celebrity boxing alive.
They keep it happening, and apparently celebrity boxing, when I Googled this, I thought maybe it would be a slightly difficult thing to find the answer to. It's not extinct at all. And the first people say, I've seen this in multiple places, but ESPN wrote this like definitive history of celebrity boxing. And they point to a match in 1994, this modern iteration of it, a match in 1994 between Danny Bonaducci and Donny Osmond.
That's like the first, was that
that's
like
the first one? Yeah. It predates the celebrity boxing show on Fox by like 6 years, and it is thought that it sort of got people thinking more seriously about it. And it was just like a silly stunt. Like there was really kind of no animosity between them. It was like a joke that came up on the radio show or something, and that they just decided to do it, and it was highly publicized. But like that sort of started all of this.
Donny Osmond. Who won that fight? Danny Bonaducci?
Danny Bonaducci won it via some really weird, it was like called a split decision victory. And then in the write-up on ESPN, they're like, no one really even knew what it meant, but Danny Bonaducci was like, I won. But it seemed like it was kind of a weird draw almost, but technically Danny won.
I think they thought this would be an even match. Let's get two like kind of classic child star All-American people. And then Danny was like, I'm going to kill this guy. Like, sorry. You know what I mean?
From Ogden, Utah. Starring in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Made his professional singing debut at 4. 23 gold records with a 9-year period. 5 feet, 9 inches, weighing at 145 pounds. Child singer, teen idol, comeback kid. Wearing red with white trim. Ladies and gentlemen, he's one bad apple. Danny the Stormin' Mormon Osmond! Dances into the ring. He is originally from Pennsylvania.
Leah just put it up, Danton.
Former child star of the TV's Partridge Family. Found by the National Enquirer to be dead, broke, and starving. Saved a Canadian man from suicide. Signed on with the Loop this year where he does nights. He is 5 feet, 7 inches tall. He's wearing the black and white shorts. He is weighing in 155 pounds. He's buffed, he's pumped, and he smokes 3 packs of cigarettes a day. Danny, the tattooed Fanny Bonaducci!
From one cursed reality show to another, we're talking Culpos. What the fuck is going on?
We're back
here?
to Discovery Plus.
Why are we still watching Discovery Plus? Like,
Why aren't you?
I'm not.
I know how to answer that question. I'm
not
watching Discovery
paying.
Plus because there's a bounty of content, Lindsay. Just a wealth of great shows.
I'm not paying for this shit. I'm not paying for Olivia Culpo and sisters subject of reality series in production.
Yeah,
at
Lindsay, I know you're not
Discovery
paying
Plus.
for it because there's a profile on my Discovery Plus account called Lindsay.
I wonder which TV is logged into that actually. And I gotta get that. I gotta get that.
I don't know.
I gotta get that. I gotta figure out where that is.
It's not mine.
I haven't used it in a while, to be fair. Not that it matters to you.
Who's watching? Lindsay. Are you going to log in to watch Olivia Culpo and her sisters and their new reality show that is yet untitled? I think it's called The Culpos, but they're calling it a working title. Yeah, working title.
Three close-knit sisters have a rare combination of style, spunk, and a disarming sense of humor that is lighthearted and playful. Collectively, they are incredibly entertaining, and we're excited to introduce a charming family in a whole new way, said Howard Lee, the president of TLC Streaming and Network Originals.
I'm sorry, but isn't half of Hollywood right now just various collections of sisters with a rare combination of style, spunk, and a disarming sense of humor? Like, that's like half of Hollywood. Sisters who get along and are like funny and rich.
Angry because they were like, they called them relatable and self-made. Like, I don't know about the self-made thing, but relatable. And I was just crying because like, and then I was just looking at headlines of Olivia Culpo and being like, what is relatable about this woman? It's like, Olivia Culpo celebrates 30th birthday in slit up to their metal mesh dress. Like, Olivia Culpo's jaw-dropping vacation photos make us envious as she finally reveals secret destination. Like, Olivia Culpo pokes fun at American Airlines cover-up drama and nearly... Remember when she got yelled at by the flight?
Yes. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, Lindsay. You're reading headlines that, just so the listeners know, you're not reading old headlines. These are Olivia Culpo headlines from like the past 60 days.
Like, if I read you these headlines, would you be like, what a relatable woman? Just like me.
Step inside Olivia Culpo's enviable LA home.
Literally, that whole article is about how her house is something you cannot have. That's the opposite of relatable. Like, you cannot have her house. It's too nice for you.
You did find one relatable headline about Olivia Culpo from the past month, and it is on the Daily Mail. Please read it.
Olivia Culpo sizzles wearing a strappy black mini dress at the grand opening of her family's Italian restaurant in Rhode Island.
There's something relatable about like a family joint in Rhode Island.
There's something relatable about going to the opening of your family's red sauce joint in Rhode Island. Down home. Maybe that's what if the reality show's about them like working as waitresses in the family restaurant, I'm down. Mm-hmm. But it's not.
Yeah, but also like I would have thought that had I not already been burned by Candy and the Gang on Bravo, which I have to admit I gave up on after 4 episodes. I was like, this really isn't going anywhere. Restaurant shows sound good in theory, and I guess they can be very good, as people who love VPN, VPR assure me.
Yeah.
But that didn't work out for me. So I think even Olivia Culpo trying to run a red sauce joint would not be all that compelling.
You're right, actually. I don't
want
that.
Am I supposed to know her sisters?
Her sisters like
Am I supposed
Aurora,
to know who these people are?
Like Aurora, like Jessica. What are their names? Wait, their names or something. Their names are here. Sophia, Olivia, Aurora. I'm reading this and I keep thinking of, you know what other sisters I would much rather a reality show from? Sistine Stallone, the Stallone sisters. Wouldn't you love a reality show from those girls?
Yes.
What are their names? Like Sistine Chapel and like Venice Canal and like what are their names? Like Angelo. Like what are their names? Luigi Mario. What are their names?
Oh my God. Hold on. Bolognese.
Yeah, like what are their names? Like Parmigiana, Stallone. Like what are their names?
Come on.
One is Sistine.
Stallone girlies.
One is Sistine
I'm looking.
Stallone. They have a
Stallone
podcast.
girlies.
I actually would love a reality show from them.
Sophia.
Yeah.
Sistine.
Okay.
And Scarlett. So only one of them is like Mario Luigi pasta. So,
Okay, but I'm just saying, if you're giving me a 3 sisters reality show, I'm gonna take the Stallones over these girls. I don't know why it became a contest, but it's just like I could think of 3 better sisters, and it's time. I'm just kidding.
This show, once again, it says a rare assortment of like famous sisters.
We have so many famous sisters.
We've just talked about 4. We talked about fucking the Kardashian girlies. We talked about the Haim girlies and the Stallone girlies.
Yeah.
along with the Culpos.
I'm sick of these sisters.
This is not a rarity in Hollywood.
Right.
They're everywhere.
We got a lot of sisters. We don't need 3 more sisters. And Olivia Culpo is one of those celebrities who's like, what does she do? And it's like, people are asking me, and I'm like, I think she was like Miss America and she dated a Jonas brother. Like, that is all that I have for you. And since then, she also dated some football guy, and she's been in tabloids like nonstop for wearing bikinis. And that's literally the least relatable thing you could do.
What's wild to me, Lindsay, is that you chose to ignore the least relatable headline that you copied and pasted into the doc, which is
it's long.
Nicole Scherzinger rocks a plunging animal print bodysuit and cut off denim shorts while Olivia Culpo and Behati Prinsloo showcase their toned legs at the Zoe Report's annual Zoasis retreat in Palm Springs.
Is that relatable? Did you get invited to the
Zoasis
event or whatever? Hot Springs event? I don't think so.
Again, April 18th, 2022. I'll be watching, though. We will be streaming on Discovery Plus.
I mean, you're paying. I'm streaming. I'm sneaking in there.
Happily.
Turning on my little account. And
I watch it enough.
Last night, as former Miss Universe Olivia Culpo and her family opened their newest restaurant, Union in Maine, in East Greenwich. I had a chance to catch up with her and the culinary team about the hottest new spot in town.
I know it's little roadie, but it's a big part of who I am. This is my home. It's always going to be my home. It's just so grounding. Every time I come back here, I'm reminded of what's important. And I grew up on the principle of good food and good community, which I think anybody that's like a true Rhode Islander knows that we have the best food on the planet. So to be able to be a part of that and give that to the community is so rewarding. And then to do it with my family is just the cherry on top.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Can't imagine it any other way. Whoweekly.us is a Squarespace. It will always be a Squarespace. We love our Squarespace.
Even if they said no more advertising on this podcast, we would still have it be a Squarespace, because honestly, it's just the easiest, sanest way to have a website on the internet at this point.
Yeah. I really can't think of another option.
No, I wouldn't even know how to do another option at this point. It's like, it is a perfect way. I know they have all the features I need. If there's a new feature that I need somehow in the future, I know that they're going to have it. Mm-hmm. Let's say there's something we need to do on this website that I can't even think of right now. I know that in the future,
technology advances,
that they will have our back.
I trust that Squarespace will keep up.
Well, because right now it's like, we have our tour dates that we're able to change on a whim, which we need to. But Squarespace does plenty of other things. They've got, you could do a course, you could host a course, you could do analytics, you could do email campaigns, you can take payments, you can sell stuff. I mean, it's like we could do whatever we wanted on Squarespace, and I am actually comforted knowing that I could do that in the future.
Yeah.
So head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/who and save 10% on your first purchase of a website or domain. That's 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
I slept in a terrible bed at one of our dates this story. I won't reveal where it was because I don't want to be super rude, but the bed was absolutely horrendous. Big dip in the middle. I was always like rolling into the center. It was so bad. My back hurt so bad when I woke up. And guess what? When I got home, my favorite part of being home was getting in bed.
Yeah, you were like back into my mattress.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's a real bed that was chosen for me based on a quiz, the Helix quiz.
Right. And sometimes when people use my mattress, they're like, that's a little soft. And I'm like, yeah, it's made for me, not for you.
For you.
Which actually even drives home the fact that it's so made for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I kind of relish in the I mean, I don't want my friends to be uncomfortable, but I'm like, I kind of am like celebrating the fact that it's like for my body, not for yours.
Mm-hmm. I just sleep so much better on my own mattress than literally any other mattress. And that's because Helix mattresses rock. I wake up, my back doesn't hurt. I wake up, I don't have night sweats. I wake up and I'm thrilled. I wake up and I say, I love you, Helix.
That's
so
incredible.
If you want to experience the joy that I experience every
time I
get in bed, and every time I get out of bed, you should go to helixsleep.com/who, because you will get 25% off site-wide plus 2 free dream pillows with any mattress purchase. Plus, get a free bedding bundle, which includes 2 dream pillows, a sheet set, and a mattress protector with any Luxe or Elite mattress order at helixsleep.com/who. That's helixsleep.com/who. Want to move on to, we haven't talked about Jesse Metcalfe in a while. We can talk about this. Like, a celebrity clapping back to DeuxMoi is rare, and I think this is good.
I'm surprised it's rare.
Moving on, Jesse Metcalfe responded to a DeuxMoi blind item that was, barely blind, like had okay vision. It needed glasses, but it was still perfectly sighted.
I think this blind had sight like me. Like its vision is not 20/20, but it with glasses it can see. Like it was not that difficult. And also,
the vision was bad enough where, like, when you type in the prescription, the website is like, "Are you sure you don't want the more expensive, thinner ones?
I always
those
have
are
to
gonna
buy
be thick
those.
as hell."
I always have to buy those. It's
I
so
said no last time.
fucking
I
annoying.
said no.
But
and guess what? They're thick, but I don't care. It's not
Okay.
worth like the extra $150. It's stupid. You're falling for their marketing.
Okay, well, not. They just make the glass thinner, and then it doesn't have as much like of a weird warping thing around your eyes. Okay, not the point. I'm surprised that more people don't clap back to DeuxMoi, and I'm double surprised that DeuxMoi, once the clapback happened, folded in half. Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. How, and then blamed everyone. Like, it was just the most. If the case is so flimsy, I can't believe you're posting all of them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so.
And if the case is and if they're posting all of these flimsy cases, I can't believe that celebrities even care. When the quantity is so high and all of it is so ridiculous, then like there's actually a benefit in the like abundance of stuff.
People believe this stuff though. People believe blinds. It doesn't matter. You're right. I mean, but it's funny to me when somebody claps back and then DeuxMoi, I just feel like should be like, they're blinds. It's fun. It's entertainment. Moving on. But then DeuxMoi's like, I'm so sorry. It's
Yeah. Here's what happened. We're talking cryptically about what happened, and so Jesse Metcalfe. This is about Jesse Metcalfe of a Hallmark movie and, more importantly, Desperate Housewives fame and John Tucker Must Die fame. So on DeuxMoi, they posted a screenshot of an email that DeuxMoi received that said the email is from John Tucker.
Yeah. So
the subject was like, the gardener is in the UK, and the tip said, my friend hooked up a Z-list Hallmark actor on the weekend that is recently single. He could not stop talking about himself. There's also some drama with Hallmark on why they won't hire him anymore. That's barely even a rumor. Oh, an actor is being narcissistic? Shocking.
Yeah.
And the details about Hallmark are practically nil. Jesse commented on a blog that reposted the DeuxMoi thing and said, this is bullshit. And DeuxMoi responded. DeuxMoi actually took the time to address Jesse's claim and said, because some emails are submitted using fake email addresses, there is no way to verify all the claims that are submitted. Read all emails with discernment, as some are straight up bullshit. Some emails are able to later to be confirmed. Some emails, I love this, I write myself based on information I am able to confirm. So DeuxMoi writes up emails and emails them to themselves so that they can screenshot them. I cannot confirm any guesses to blind items and will not put anything in writing that alludes to any actual information I know. And then apologizes directly to Jesse.
I didn't know he was a working actor, nor did I know he was in Hallmark movies, as I do not watch that channel. Oh my fucking God. Like, what is this? You're either entertainment and you're posting everything and you're just, we're all in this for the fun and the game and you do not need to verify it.
She says, little tip, if you think an email is about you, don't publicly respond to it if you don't want to bring attention to yourself. So she's basically saying the Streisand effect is real. Yeah. DM me and I will quietly delete it, and it will most likely people will forget it even existed. These things are true, but it's really surprising to me that this doesn't happen more often. And it's really surprising to me that she even cared,
I just feel like
I find all of DeuxMoi very fascinating.
I just feel like weird. It's like either the blinds are entertainment and it's all fiction, and you believe it if you want to believe it or not, right? Otherwise, DeuxMoi, you got to start a magazine and start reporting these things out. You choose one, choose a lane. I just don't. It's just crazy. Sometimes it's just so crazy to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
you're totally right about picking a lane.
She's giving journalism, but then she's giving not journalism. And it's like, pick one. Do you know what I mean?
Well, she's giving journalism, and then she's saying, how dare you assume this is journalism? Right. It is by no means journalism. And I think that that's totally fair.
Right.
If you're doing this for entertainment, then fine. But the moment you add some sort of addendum to your post, then it's almost like, wait, what are you trying to tell me here?
Meanwhile,
it's just mixed messaging.
Not that she needs to be reading every article in Us Weekly, but if you claim to be out there checking up on these things, literally a few months ago, Jesse Metcalfe had a daily ritual of romancing his girlfriend ahead of Valentine's Day while promoting his GAC family movie, Harmony from the Heart. So those are two things that are directly against the blind or whatever. Do you know what I mean? If that's if that's what we're kind of talking about here.
Well, Lindsay, it's kind of not to go all DeuxMoi head, but the blind says that he's having problems with Hallmark movies, and now he's in GAC movies. So I guess I have to believe the DeuxMoi blind.
He switched to GAC.
I guess I have to succump to the toxicity of this.
He switched to GAC.
Yeah, he's switching to GAC. He's a GAC boy now.
You know, there's also something about this blind. Maybe it's old. Maybe it's dated.
Yeah.
I kind of remember an era post his marriage or on fiance when he was engaged or whatever, when he was maybe sliding into DMs. Who knows? Maybe this is like a belated blind.
And like I don't find it super fun to click through the DeuxMoi blinds. A lot of people do, and I totally get it. But nothing is less fun than reading a correction from DeuxMoi.
I know.
It sucks.
Stop
it
correcting.
Sucks all of the entertainment out of it.
I know. Stop.
It sucks all of the like
Stop
absurdity
correcting.
out of it.
I know. It's so not fun. Which is why you have like
why people like it, because it's sort of
right. Like you never see
and
Enty being like, sorry, like fuck that. Do you know what I mean? Like don't, sometimes you get bad. The kind of greatest thing about blinds is that sometimes they're wrong.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know.
Moving on.
You know who else is in court? The Chrisleys.
The Chrisleys are in court for like tax evasion, etc.
I know. I kind of love it because it's a classic.
But they're also filming two very successful reality shows at the same time. So like,
just pay the taxes.
Their crimes have done nothing to them. Like, if anything, they've only increased their notoriety, and they got a better deal at E! Because now they have fucking 3 shows on the network.
I mean, you can tell I'm not reading anything from this, but like, how much could they owe? Pay your taxes. You have a lot of successful shows. Just pay the taxes.
Finish the court case, pay the taxes, and then go on to showing up on Growing Up Chrisley, Chrisley Knows Best, and an untitled, oh no, it does have a title, Love Limo, a dating show that Todd Chrisley is going to host.
Wait, I'm sorry.
3 shows on E!
I'm sorry, Love Limo? Love Limo.
Todd Chrisley is hosting a dating show on E! That is yet to premiere that is called Love Limo, and the way that E! described it, Deadline, they described it as the show will see singletons put their dating life into the hands of Todd Chrisley, yikes, who will guide one unlucky in love single on a whirlwind day of speed dating that will hopefully end in a date night and the match of their dreams. So maybe the speed dating happens inside a limousine?
I'm sorry. Did the Kardashians like smash E! on their way out? Like, did they like break their brain as they left the building? Like, what's going on here?
You saying that E has a concussion?
E was like E! as the Kardashians like left.
They gave them a pop of culture, and now they're like dazed and confused.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, what is this?
Now I'm trying to see, like, are they inside a limousine? Because the show is called Love Limo, but the actual description doesn't mention a limousine. I have to assume it takes place in a limousine, right?
I think you have to assume that.
Right? The comments, Lindsay, and again, Deadline comments are a crazy world, and the Chrisley stans love to comment. Every single comment on
read me
this
some of the
page that
comments.
is visible. Love them. I will always watch their reruns because they are that funny. Kim says, is it Kardashian? So happy to hear this. Absolutely love Chrisley Knows Best and Growing Up Chrisley. I'm sure Todd's dating show will be funny. Desiree responded to Kim and said, yes, he is so cute. Francine Wright says, I love Chrisley Knows Best. I love Nanny Faye the most. Todd is hilarious and I love him to death. Rosemary Christian, which if it's a real name, much respect. If it's a fake one, even more respect. It's about time. I love these shows. Love those Chrisleys.
Wait, I'm sorry. The response.
Penny Barry Campbell says, absolutely love these people. Anonymous says, can't wait. Love Chrisleys. Cynthia Jackson says, I'm so happy to see that the Chrisleys will be back on soon. I love everything Chrisleys. Mimi goes, ka-ching, ka-ching. Anonymous responded to Mimi and said, I love the Chrisleys. Anonymous responded to Anonymous and says, me and my mom love this show. It's our favorite reality show.
What is going on?
She has dementia. They make her laugh. They're so down to earth. Love y'all. Lindsay, there are more.
This is insane. This is like this is like the worst place on the internet is people being like, I love the Chrisleys.
I swear to God there are 40 comments and literally every single one of them is positive.
Maggie Cooper wrote, wish I could watch the Chrisleys, but I cut the cable cord. I really miss watching all of their antics. Who is writing this? These are all Todd Chrisley. Like, these are all him. I swear to God.
I can't believe that literally all the comments are positive. Comments are never positive.
I
What's
want to
happening
comment and
here?
be like, you all need freaking lobotomies.
Johnny Vital says, Chrisleys, ... the best show on any network or cable feed. Thanks, Chrisley fam, ... for the nonstop laughs. This is cuckoo bananas. Let me say that. It's cuckoo bananas that everyone loves the Chrisleys, but it also explains why E is giving them 3 fucking shows.
Is that why I explained
in the middle of his
It's
trial.
true, you're right. Because we just asked, how does he have so many shows? And we literally went to the article and it was like, every single person is like, I cannot get enough. Give me more Chrisley. So you know what? That's what that is. Like, we need to.
They're like, we're giving you 3 shows.
We need to go by like what the evidence is.
And here we go. In case you forgot what this is about, it says, both Chrisleys, I'm quoting page 6, both Chrisleys are charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit bank fraud, 5 counts of bank fraud, 1 count of conspiracy to defraud the United States, and 1 count of tax fraud. And like 6 counts of being hysterical. Julie Chrisley is also charged with 1 count of wire fraud and 1 count of obstruction of justice.
The federal trial for reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley starts in Atlanta today. The 2 are facing bank fraud and tax evasion charges. Prosecutors argue this celebrity couple submitted fake documents to banks when applying for loans. They're also accused of using a film production company to hide money from the IRS. The Chrisleys have pleaded not guilty to all of the charges.
Speaking of counting, let's count to 3.
Not to keep all these fucking segues in. Okay, let's count to 3.
Sorry.
Here are 3 nepotism headlines. Do you want to go back and forth?
1. Leslie Mann, 50, is joined by her daughters Iris Apatow, 19, and Maud Apatow, 24, at Louis Vuitton's 2023 cruise show in San Diego.
2. Punky Brewster's star, Soleil Moonfry, proudly poses with her daughter, Poet, 16, at an event to raise awareness for vaccinations. Wait, pro or for or against?
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely 4.
Okay,
definitely
just checking.
4. 3. Model offspring Steve Jobs' daughter Eve and Kamala's stepdaughter Ella Emhoff strike a pose together at Louis Vuitton's fashion show in LA, where Harris's niece Mina also sat front row.
Are you fucking kidding me? Steve Jobs' daughter and Kamala Harris's stepdaughter posed together at a fashion show?
Do you know who else was at this fashion show and who appears in the bullets and not in the headline?
Who?
Anna Wintour, Elizabeth Olsen, Miranda Kerr, Gemma Chan, and Emma Roberts.
And yet
they're like, no, we're going to focus on Ella Emhoff
my
in the
God.
nepotism headline about Leslie Mann and Maud Apatow and Iris Apatow.
Yeah.
Dressed to the nines at this cruise show, which I didn't know what a cruise show was, so I had to Google what is a cruise show. Resort wear. Who knew? I didn't. I'm an idiot. I didn't know
it's what people wear on
cruise wear was.
cruises. Uh-huh.
In the actual piece, there's more photos, obviously, and not all the photos are about Iris and Maud and Leslie. Most of them are, but it's like other people included. Jennifer Meyer and Ava DuVernay are photographed, and it says, sensations, Ron Meyer's daughter, Jennifer Meyer, left, whose estranged husband is Tobey Maguire, went for a nautical cheek blue white Louis Vuitton dress.
They got
It's
her.
just like they find any... She got like stabbed twice in that caption. Once being like, your nepotism, and 2 being like, sorry about your marriage. They can't like chill out.
Well,
they can't.
I mean, what are they supposed to call her? Like jewelry designer? That's boring.
I mean, that's what she is.
Right.
A lot of people have boring jobs. She's a jewelry designer.
Okay, moving on.
We're podcast hosts.
Well, I hope to be called as such when I'm in the Daily Mail. Moving on, we have Us Weekly, another place I do not want to be featured. We have a day in my life, and we have a 25 things. Are any of these good? Steve Aoki is hawking Natty Light, which I gotta say I'm interested in.
No, it's not just Natty Light. It's Natty Light vodka.
Disgusting. Natty Light vodka? That's literally drinking rubbing alcohol. Not even rubbing alcohol, like dirty dishwasher vodka that's already been run through a bong.
Lindsay, I don't know what rubbing alcohol you're drinking because this rubbing alcohol has sugar in it. So, there's a difference.
Natty Light vodka is like what you get from going to a frat party, collecting the cups, the solo cups that aren't quite done, like that people aren't finished drinking, and putting it in a bottle and selling it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me that's not true.
Did you know that it was launched in just a few markets and then it got really, really popular. This is from Food and Wine.
Which
Natty Light
markets?
vodka is so popular it's
Miami?
going nationwide.
Which
They want it available. It didn't say. It just says they released it in a few select markets.
Was it free? Right. Sorry.
And it says, within hours, they said in a press release, within hours of launching Natty Vodka last year, Natty fans were asking us to bring our flavored vodka everywhere in the U.S. We know we needed to go big with the national expansion, and there's nothing more electric than having Steve Aoki perform at your house party.
Is this you or Timmy who wrote, did you ever do that thing in college where you put shitty vodka through the Brita multiple times to distill it and then make it taste like Kettle One?
That's me. Didn't you do that?
No.
I looked this up. Apparently, it's really popular.
Wait,
it doesn't do shit.
You put vodka in a Brita? What kind of bullshit is
We
that?
buy-
What kind of chemistry major are you? Like,
we bought a handle of cheap vodka and put it through a Brita because we heard that if you distill it, aka like put it through a Brita, which is not distillation, if you put it through a Brita multiple times, then it will taste like expensive vodka. And so we
who
would do it.
said that?
Someone, I don't know, Craig, some fucking dumbass that I went to college, probably. That's all. And we were like, well, we could spend $18 on this and then
or $6
$5 on a
on
Brita filter and then 4 hours of our time. And then, at that point, it's like, why didn't we just buy a bottle of Kettle One,
You know what works better? Putting Skittles in your shitty vodka.
Oh, I did that too. Gummy bears. Sour Patch.
Wait, but then the Brita, then do you just have a tainted Brita? I guess you could wash
yeah, it was disgusting. Yeah, you had to wash it, but then it was not
tasted
washed.
like vodka.
it straight up wasn't washed, and that was another problem because people didn't take the filter. You were supposed to take the Brita filter out after you had used it for vodka, and people didn't do that.
Of course they
Like,
didn't.
people were nasty. This is like when I was reading about what a Sex on the Beach was, and I was like, that sounds good. And I tried to make one myself, and I couldn't find orange juice anywhere, so I used Sunny Delight, and it was the worst thing I've ever had in my life. And I was like, I don't like Sex on the Beaches, and it's yeah, because I used Sunny Delight.
Wait, that kind of sounds good.
Yeah, I had a really great, you know my friend Rachel?
Yeah,
of course you do.
I do.
One of her favorite things in the world, which is definitely a byproduct of her college years, is mixing vanilla vodka and pineapple juice. And I gave her so much shit for it. Have you ever tasted vanilla vodka and pineapple juice? Because there is nothing better in the world.
Is it really good?
It is so good. It tastes like you are drinking some sort of creamsicle.
Are you sure it doesn't taste like a headache? That's the other thing is I cannot taste a drink that tastes like a headache.
It's not uber sweet. It's not uber sweet. I took a sip and I was like, I take back every ounce of criticism I just thrust upon you for making fun
this
of
was
this drink. It's
how
amazing.
I was anti Malibu rum for a while, and I didn't, and then I drank it, and I was like, I get it. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
It's coconut.
It's so
Anyway,
good.
so Natty Light, we're here if you need a new sponsor, although it seems like you're doing pretty well with that.
Right, I feel like Steve Aoki is the exact person to sell this disgusting looking wine bottle full of vodka. I don't even understand.
And it comes in I'm not even going to call it flavors. It comes in 3 colors: light blue, light pink, and dark pink. And so, pick your poison. It's a very classic day in the life because the lead photo is an ad for Natty Light because it's him posing in front of Natty Light. And it's well, at 9 a.m. I work on my music, and then at 11 a.m. I work on my music. At 1 p.m. I drink Natty Light.
I just feel
vodka,
like
and
no,
then it's
truly,
then at 3 more music.
Truly, no offense to Steve Aoki, he's very rich and very successful, but a man at this age should not be drinking this drink. I'm serious.
No.
One sip of this drink, his whole body is thrown out of whack. There is no healthy body over the age of XYZ that would react well to this drink. I'm sorry.
But I mean, that's the thing. At that age, at our age, I can only have one vanilla vodka pineapple juice, but I will have the one,
but
and I will
that's what I'm
enjoy
saying.
it.
Don't get Steve Aoki to sell your shitty vodka. Get a young person whose body bounces back. I see Steve Aoki posing with this vodka, and I'm like, I need to warn him. You know what I mean? He must know. There's no amount of amphetamines in the world to counteract what the damage that this can do to you in one night.
Get Olivia Rodrigo to sell it.
For
Well, I
anyone
guess she's not
under
old
the
enough.
age of 25, they could rip through this no problem. Steve Aoki, he's pushing 50, no? How old is he?
At least 45. Oh, 44.
I'm sorry,
He looks
44,
great.
you can barely eat Cheez-Its at this age, without feeling ill. Come on.
Have you had the Cheez-Its Puffs? I saw an ad for Cheez-Its Puffs, and I'm dying to find it, but my local grocery store doesn't carry it.
I would love. Have you seen?
They're like Cheez-Its, but they're puffed.
Have you seen the Old Bay goldfish? The Old Bay goldfish?
No, that sounds fucking perfect. I need those.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, that sounds good. Okay, so speaking of Spawn inside recurring Us Weekly features.
We
I clicked
love
on 25 things you
that.
don't know about. I know I had, because sometimes they don't have the spawn, and then I'm
know.
disappointed. But both of these had spawn, so I clicked on 25 things to know about Beth Behrs, best known for being one of the broke girls in Two Broke Girls, and kind of nothing else.
Beth Behrs.
But
She's the blonde
that's fine.
one. She's the one who's not married to Andrew WK.
She was on a network comedy for like 7 years.
So rich.
Great, nice work if you can get it. Probably so rich.
I think it's syndicated too.
Oh yeah, I think it got the 100 episodes. I think it's doing fine. So I clicked on her 25 things. Where's the spawn? Where's the spawn? I didn't have to go beyond number 2, which is, we try to be a plastic-free house. So I recently swapped out all my plastic razors for the new Schick Intuition bamboo razors. They come in recyclable and certified, sustainably sourced paperboard packaging. Have a unique handle. Well, you know what? Only one razor gets our airtime, and I'm not going to give this any.
Say,
but
it's giving me.
So
I feel seen.
It's giving Lindsay. So I looked up, I was like, well, I just want to make sure that she's actually doing spawn for this, that this isn't, earnest, like us talking about Malibu rum or Cheez-It Puffs. And it turns out, no, she is paid by Schick Intuition. I found a sponsored post.
She better be.
As
Come
Beth
on.
Behrs knows, going green doesn't have to be intimidating thanks to hashtag Schick Intuition Bamboo. And she has a nice long video explaining why she chose Schick.
Just swap your old razor for Schick Intuition Bamboo with its renewable bamboo handle and recycled blades. And almost no plastic waste. Because going green doesn't have to be intimidating. Small, sustainable choices can make a big difference.
Let's get into some relationships. Is there anything good in
Okay.
here? Do we remember?
Reluctantly. There are like 3 kind of good ones.
Brody Jenner is dating a woman he met while surfing.
A surfer. She's a
Tiara
professional
Blanco.
surfer. They bonded over, this is a TMZ quote, they bonded over their passion for the ocean.
Oh my God. I love
It's
that.
as good as anything else, I guess.
I love that. Okay, moving on. Did you hear? This is like
Shocking.
This is like
Shocking.
Shh, this is very
People
shh
exclusive.
news. Okay, this is very like shh. Jason Momoa is dating Eiza Gonzalez.
I can't believe it.
I cannot believe, and in a way, I can.
One of the number 1 it girlies, Eiza Gonzalez.
But imagine dating Timothée Chalamet and then Jason Momoa. I know there's obviously something in between there as well, but those are like opposite men. Those are opposite men. What is your taste?
No, it's literally like being at a restaurant, and then at the end of the thing, it's like, you're looking at the dessert menu, and you go, well, I'm trying to choose between the raspberry sorbet and the baked Alaska. And it's like, like, wait, what?
It's not even like, oh, I really like just the personality. This is beyond that. I don't buy that with this one. These men are so different from each other. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. It's like, well, no, it's better than the dessert metaphor. It's like going to a restaurant and saying, I'm not sure if I'm just going to get a wedge salad or if I'm going to get the beef Wellington. You know?
All these metaphors like kind of work until you get into them and then you're like, I'm not sure if that works. But sure,
I mean,
yes.
I do love wedge salads and beef
You
Wellington.
can have both as well, right? Like that makes sense that you could have
I mean,
both.
I guess that's what Ace is proving. You can like both of those things. No, you can go to a
There's
restaurant and
something-
decide, I'm not sure if I want the wedge salad or the beef Wellington.
I mean, I have to say this. I'm sorry, but it's giving press. It's giving PR.
Of course it is. Ace is in her it girl era. She
really
has to like
is.
she's like gonna be in everything. She already is. Her last movie was a bit of a flop, Ambulance Ants. Ambulance Angeles Ants.
Yeah.
So she is having to, turn up the volume. And what better way to do it?
They are dating. He cares about her. He's in a really great place working on Fast X. Insider says he's quite busy and he's in a good place. You already said that. You said that twice. Wait, I'm sorry. This quote. They're dating. He cares about her. He's in a great place working on Fast X. He's quite busy and he's in a good place. That's giving nerves. 2 times you're going to say he's in a great place? Maybe he's not in a great place.
Wow, you're giving lately.
I know I am. But it sounds like this person's not in a good place.
They are dating. He cares about her. He's in a great place working on Fast 10. He's quite busy and he's in a good place.
You're giving. Sorry.
You are giving.
You're giving today. Okay. They're both busy with work, but having fun together. It's nothing serious yet. Okay. I mean, okay. What the fuck?
I need to see Los Angeles Ants. It's a $19 rental right now. It's finally a rental, but it's a $20
Who would pay
rental.
$20 to see that movie?
That's a $5.99 rental, okay?
At most.
That's a $5.99 rental. JoJo Fletcher married Jordan Rogers. Finally, I feel like they've been engaged since I was a fetus.
Well, so does
Like-
EW agrees. The longest Bachelorette engagement
Oh, my
ever is
God.
finally over. if EW says you've been engaged for too long, you've been engaged for too long.
EW is like, we're on our last nerve here. This really needs to happen. So they're married. What else is there to say about these two? We talk about them all the time, and I think that's it. They're finally married after 6 years of being engaged.
6 years.
The show, like, Who Weekly barely existed 6 years ago.
I know, that's how long they've been engaged. Barely existed. Our sound quality was like 80% worse 6 years ago, so that's how far we've come, and that's how far they've come. They got married.
Yeah.
She married her best friend. Oh my God. Okay.
It sounds
great.
cliche, but I really am marrying my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Tika Sumpter and Nicholas James got married.
She's from didn't she
Everything.
play the Michelle Obama in the Obama like movie?
Yeah, in the South Side with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Got it.
She was like pre-Obama Michelle Obama. What was Michelle's maiden name? Robinson. She was Michelle Robinson, not Michelle Obama. So, but she's been in 7 million things. She's been on that Tyler Perry show, The Haves and the Have-Nots Forever, which is where she met Nicholas James. They've been together for a long time. She had a baby like 5 years ago, but she never revealed who the father was. But like the true heads knew. They were like, oh, I think she's dating her co-star, Nicholas James. Later, she was like, yeah, he's the father of my
That's
child.
so
And now they're married.
interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so they're married. She's one of those actors who's just in everything. I think of her as a TV actor, but she's also like in the Sonic movies as what's his name's? Who was the human in Sonic? James Marsden. Not the hedgehog.
Oh, they're cute together.
She is
Sorry, I just
she is
Googled.
James Marsden's girlfriend in the Sonic movies.
Oh, they're a cute couple. Sorry, I'm looking at their spread on People. Very cute, very cute. She's beautiful.
Their
My
brides.
God.
She got a brides exclusive.
She
Yeah,
is
they're like a hot
fucking
couple.
hot. Okay, love that. And their kids are cute. We love it.
Yeah.
All right.
Other marriages, Kourtney Kardashian and
Who
Travis
cares?
Barker got married. They're two themmy.
They're them. Fart. Move
This, when I said there was some good relationship stuff in here, this is what I meant. I'm obsessed with this. Okay, so Gabourey Sidibe, who, with kind of residual them-dom, but I think has kind of settled into her whodom. Gabourey Sidibe is engaged to this guy, Brandon Frankel. I think we talked about them when they got engaged or when they started dating because they like met on Raya. They have a funny Raya story where he was married and got divorced and had never done online dating and joins Raya and then like instantly meets Gabourey Sidibe and thinks he's being catfished, but it's actually her. And so then they fall in love. Okay, now they're engaged. I saw the headlines about this bride's digital cover before I read the bride's digital cover story.
I only
and
saw
all the headlines.
all of the headlines that were like, it's not traditional, it's not traditional, it's not traditional, it's not traditional.
Gabourey Sidibe wants a non-traditional wedding and gown. Quote, I definitely don't need a white dress. Gabourey Sidibe says her wedding won't be like the rest. Gabourey Sidibe doesn't want a traditional wedding dress. Gabourey Sidibe, 39, makes history with unconventional bride's cover. I'm super against tradition. Gabourey Sidibe won't be having a traditional wedding. Maybe we'll throw a barbecue.
I want to be very clear that I don't blame this on her. Like, I blame this fully on press. Like, this is like,
On
this is
brides. I blame it
this
on
is a
brides.
full press like creation. This like non-traditional, screaming non-traditional. But you know what the most non-traditional wedding to have? No wedding. No wedding.
No wedding. This story, I've never, I mean, I'm not like a regular reader of brides, but I have to assume that like
Are you?
most of their cover stories aren't purely speculative. This entire profile, which is long, is about Gabourey being like, I love my fiance so much and we're planning a wedding, but like we don't want a typical wedding, but we don't really know what we're going to do yet. We could do this or we could do this, but I don't want it to be traditional because I hate traditional stuff. I didn't want to have a wedding dress, but then I started trying on wedding dresses and I was like, wedding dresses are kind of fun. So I'm going to have a wedding dress, but it's not going to be white, but it might be white. I'm not really sure yet.
Are you kidding?
And then she goes, and then one of them is like, we're not going to have it in a church. That's too traditional. We're just going to have it at a private home in a backyard with a view of an ocean. And I'm like, have you seen a celebrity wedding? They all get married at a private home with a view of the ocean. It's just like this weird, the framing of it kind of does her dirty, but at the same time, it got so much attention, I guess because of the SEO of it all. It's non-traditional. But the thing is, she's not really making a case for anything because the entire story is theoretical. The wedding is not planned yet. Right. The wedding doesn't have a date. She has no details. Like when you read it, it's just like, what's not tradition? And it's just her being like, I'm super against tradition.
To be fair, it's not.
And then she goes, Christian Siriano's going to do my dress probably. It's like,
fair,
what?
It is not traditional because it's a bride's profile that doesn't give any information about a wedding.
No information. No information. Like even this part, like you get this glimmer of, okay, here's something resembling a detail where she's talking about wedding dresses. And she goes, I'm super against tradition, Gabby adds.
Yes.
I definitely don't need a white dress. My favorite look from the shoot, which is the bride shoot, was the pink African print. Honestly, whatever I wear on the wedding day will probably be an African print. Okay, that's a detail.
Cool. She looks
and
great.
Then she goes,
also, these
and then
photos
she goes,
are beautiful.
It might have a little white, so it looks like a wedding dress, but it's definitely going to be colorful. So she's like bowing to tradition, even in the sentence where she says she doesn't want to be traditional.
Yeah, it seems like she hasn't quite figured it out yet. Maybe you should figure this out before you give brides.com the exclusive. But not really the exclusive. There's no exclusive. Yeah.
But how can you turn down? The thing is, like, I understand exactly why she did this. They were probably like, hey, Gabby, do you want to talk about your wedding? And she's like, well, I don't have anything planned. And they're like, do you want to talk about your wedding? She was like, okay. Because the photos are so fucking good. The photos are so good, you would think that not only had the wedding been planned already, it already happened and they are living in wedded bliss. Like, these are beautiful photos of people who have not yet gotten into the dregs of wedding planning yet.
You can tell that they're you can tell that they're like they're still happy because they haven't started like,
they're still
planning
happy.
The wedding.
They haven't
Bobby's
started
like
making,
from
like,
experience,
the
they're not miserable because they haven't started actually dealing with the logistics of planning a wedding.
Because they haven't started doing the seating charts.
Oh God!
You know?
Oh my God!
You know, it's funny.
You didn't have any.
Anyway,
you didn't have seating charts though, did you?
No. Ooh, we had seating charts.
Did you? Oh, you had tables.
Just like, we didn't.
You had tables.
We had tables.
Okay.
But that was actually quite easy.
Yeah.
There was actually nothing really hard about planning
Okay.
those tables. It was like, oh, friends. There was just one table where it was just sort of like
the rest,
the remainders.
Yeah, they know.
It wasn't
Those
like a singles
know.
table at all. It was just like the rest,
Those
and they were
people-
very like LOL.
those people
and also
know.
the rest table kicked ass. Like, you know, my rest table. Those were fun people.
The rest,
and they all got along.
The rest
so.
table.
And they were very aware that they were at the table for the rest.
Then good. So they won't be offended when they hear that they were. They'll
No, they
hear
loved
and
it.
they'll know I was at the rest table.
There was no bad table at my wedding. I'm sorry, it's true.
Okay.
Sorry, it's fucking true.
Okay, non-traditional. Okay, fine. Okay, traditional. Okay, traditional wedding.
Okay, traditional. Okay, officiant.
Moving on, we have. I'm reading the headline and I'm reading the first
Good.
bullet, and that's it. Gabby Martino.
Okay, please don't read more
Gabby
than that.
DiMartino confirms breakup, will no longer get married to Colin Voight. And then we have one bullet point, thanks to Timmy who broke it down. Gabby, best known for being an Ariana Grande lookalike. Okay.
Thank you. Moving on. Let's please play your game. I can't wait. You told me about it yesterday, but I want to play.
Okay, so I've been inspired by the TMZ Member Dat section, or Member Her, Member Him. You know,
Remember him?
This is the section in which
Remember them?
TMZ essentially reminds you that age is a thing, where they're like, here's what they look like now. It's really what do you call it? It shakes you back to reality. It reminds you that time is real and we're all just sinking slowly back into the earth. You know, like it's just very like sobering is the word I was looking for. But it's also sometimes just really funny because it's like
a lot of that lately.
Like they'll just they'll choose somebody totally random. So I made a game for Bobby. It's called the Member Them game, and in Member Them, I'm gonna first ask you if you remember them. And then you're going to say yes or no. And if you remember them, you have to tell me who they are. And if you don't remember them, we move on. Because who cares?
Great.
You know?
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, I'm reading you the headlines. Ready? Miss Honey in Matilda. Remember her?
Remember her. I remember her.
What's her name?
Her name is, no, I know it. Hold on. Embeth Davids.
How'd you know that? Wow. Okay.
Because I fucking stand.
Okay, amazing. Next one. Chester Greenberg in Dude, Where's My Car? Remember him?
I don't remember the names, but I'm going to say maybe. Is it Sean William Scott?
That's correct. You do remember him.
Okay, great.
You remember him. Vicky Valancourt in The Waterboy. Remember her?
Yeah, Vicky Valancourt was fucking Fairuza Balk. Remember her?
Correct. How about
I'm mad that I know these.
How about Ben in Crossroads? Remember him?
Ben in Crossroads. God, who was the guy in Crossroads that drives them? I don't remember him. I remember him, but I don't remember him.
You can say don't remember him. Okay, we're moving on.
I don't
We don't
remember
need to name him at all. How about Kit DeLuca in Pretty Woman? Remember her?
Oh my God, yes. Fucking Laura San Giacomo.
That's
Remember
correct,
her?
that's
Yeah,
correct.
Kit.
How
I
about-
hope Kit's okay. The problem with Kit is like we need a like dark Apple TV Plus follow up to what happened to Kit.
I don't think she did well. How about Adam the Demonoid on Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Remember him?
I didn't watch Buffy. I don't remember.
How about Little Stillwell in A League of Their Own? Remember him?
Oh, Stillwell Angel. I remember him, but I don't remember his name.
Okay, moving on. Here's some.
You're gonna lose, right?
Here are
Stillwell
3
Angel?
more that are really gonna kill you. How about?
I love that you're not telling me their names. When I don't
That
know
this
them.
game is. If you don't
It's
remember
iconic.
them, we don't remember them. It's fine. Like that's part of the
Okay,
game.
okay.
Okay. These are the last 3. You're gonna lose your shit. Here's one. Vice President Dan Quayle. Remember him?
I remember him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's correct.
He's Dan
You
Quayle.
do remember him. How about I Love College rapper Asher Roth? Remember him?
Oh yeah, remember him for
Okay.
sure.
And finally, we have Little Debbie. Remember her?
As in the cookie heiress?
As in the lady on the package of the cookie.
The lady on the cookie? I mean, I guess I remember Little Debbie. Yeah.
Okay,
I
that's
remember her.
correct. And that's the end of the game.
What was your favorite Little Debbie? Did you eat Little Debbie growing up, or did you?
Yeah, I still occasionally eat Little Debbie.
What's your fave Little Debbie?
What were Little Debbie's biggest hits?
Zebra cakes are my number 1 faves.
Okay.
This disgusting thing, my mom kept them in the freezer, so frozen zebra cakes are a portal to my childhood. And also, weren't Star Crunches Little Debbie's? I love those.
Yeah, I like that. She made a Nutty Buddy that was pretty good. That one.
Oh, they were called. Oh my God, yes.
Nutty Buddy. I ate those a lot. Those are good.
Those were great.
Yeah, and Devil Creams. Those were good too. And she made Swiss rolls. Oh my God.
Oh, I didn't
Remember
get
the
Swiss rolls.
oatmeal cookie?
Nutty Buddies. We also kept those.
Wait,
in the
what about
freezer.
the oatmeal cream
Yum.
pies? Did you ever eat those? Those were good.
I liked them a lot. I just like the other ones more. Oatmeal cream pies remind me of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids because they were in the oatmeal cream pie, and I always thought that they look so much. The best version of an oatmeal cream pie is the oatmeal cream pie that the aunt goes on in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. In real life, they're not as good as they look in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Mm-hmm. But you do remember her, is what you're saying.
What was she wearing? Where was she seen? She posted what on Instagram? She's the Who Queen. Tens of people want to know all about the number 1 Who. Lindsay, Bobby, tell us now. What's Rita Ora up to?
Who is this woman? All right, Rita has a new song. Rita has a new
So
song.
bad. I'm so sad.
Rita, okay, this Rita Diane Warren thing, we got to break them up.
Taking it to the limit till we win it, till we look behind at the finish line, to the limit till resistance is gone. Keep pushing on, won't back down, they can shut us down. Gonna run this race till we're in first place, gonna own this town, cause we're here and we're built strong. We'll keep pushing on, we'll keep pushing on, we'll keep pushing on.
Part of the Walt Disney Company's 50/50 initiative, the Female Empowering Finish Line.
But the show is
37 words.
The show is called 37 Words. It's a 4-part ESPN docuseries that I'm sure is quite good. But they asked for a song from Diane Warren. She had Rita Ora sing it, and I gotta say, it's not either of their bests at all. Not even close.
I found the marketing for this very strange. It was teased as though it was going to be a moment, but it's not a moment. It's just simply not a moment. No, well, at first I was disappointed, and then I sort of just got mad. You know, I was like, Rita and Diane together again, and you make a flop?
Mhm.
That's offensive. They should be doing better work than this, I think. She also shared a Glam Studio snap as she teased the release of her latest track with Diane Warren, which was this song. So she shared a Glam Studio snap in advance of this bad song coming out. And of course, after the song came out, she shared another snap celebrating in a busty mini dress. She was also soaking up the sun while she wore her busty mini dress.
A busty mini dress?
Yeah.
Not a busty
I mean,
mini
how
dress.
else would you describe this dress? But we're done, right? We're done?
Yes.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Who Weekly. Keep calling in at 619-WHO-THEM to leave questions, comments, and concerns for our Friday show. Who's there? Thank you to Katie and Eric of the Who's for providing our Rita theme song. Thank you to Timmy, our research and editorial assistant, for researching and editorializing. Support us on patreon.com/WhoWeekly for bonus episodes and more. And rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. We love your ratings and reviewings. We'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Bye.
You or Jayla?
They wanna know. Hey. 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 I want to be famous.